Hello and welcome to Chuckless Talks with eMAM. My name is Chuck Bulow. I'm the VP of Business Development here at eMAM. And today we'll be talking about our extension for Final Cut Pro and how we've implemented that with eMAM, our media asset management system. So we'll go through a couple of slides and then I will go ahead and review, just show you a little bit on how to log into the extension and then how you access all the media as well. So what the extension panel brings and eMAM bring to Final Cut Pro users is really access to media virtually anywhere around the world. So number of our clients are moving to the cloud or having more extensions through their networks or private networks to be able to connect to multiple storage locations really around the world. So we have multiple clients now with different locations where they're accessing media, and then of course with the pandemic and so on, how it happened, a lot of people had started working remote and things like that. So able through eMAM and through the extension inside of Final Cut, you're able to then access that media virtually anywhere and then be able to do remote edits and then upload and collaborate and deliver through the eMAM platform as well. So you also have the ability to search for media that's collected in what we call categories inside of eMAM. It's similar to file folder structures, but what it is where media is assigned to categories. Their permission levels are assigned to virtual different user groups and so on. And then you're able to then drag and drop the media once you find that category, select the media that you want out of the category or the entire category, and then drag that into a project or timeline. So quite easy to be able to do that. Upload proxies and finished media to eMAM is via drag and drop, either through our eFeeder application or through the web browser, web uploader as well through the what we call the eMAM director interface. And that's where you can just kind of drag and drop the media, add some metadata, assign it to categories, and so on, and then be able to then just simply upload that media directly to the eMAM platform and then be able to collaborate on that media as well. And then others can also take that media and then, of course, edit with it as well. Built into eMAM, we do have review and approval, where editors can send requests for approval through the eMAM director interface. So they select the media that they're asking people to review. The recipients actually receive a link to the media. They click on it, it opens up in their browser, and they're able to view, add comments. If they are internal users to the eMAM system, they can add markers and add subclips and things like that, and very specific time code based comments and so on. And then I believe also with annotation as well. So being able to kind of draw on the screen and be able to then add those annotations as well. Through also other features, we have pure cloud, live streaming, AI media organization, and more. So what this gives you is the ability to move the content to the cloud. You can also bring in live streaming into eMAM, make that also available for editing coming in. You also have services from Amazon and others through AI-powered media, and being able to then take that media and do artificial intelligence where they can do speech to text, as well as facial recognition and annotations and so on. So quite a bit with eMAM and bringing to the table here for Final Cut users as well. So this is the interface to eMAM, so where you have to be able to log into the eMAM system. Sorry, I had to shut the door there. Also log into the system there, and then the media then becomes accessible through the extension panel, through the extension, and you're able to then select the media. At that point, you can download the media to your local system if you're not there actually connected to the storage directly on a network and so on. If you are remote, you'd obviously have to then download the media locally to your laptop or desktop and then be able to edit that content. So this just gives you the ability to search for that media and then find it, select it, and then bring it into your production that you're making. We also give you the ability to preview the content before you download it, you're able to go in, look at the basic metadata, extended metadata, custom metadata tagging as well. This information all comes from eMAM. So if somebody uploads all the media, adds some content to it, you can also see what projects they're assigned to and categories they're assigned to as well. And then any kind of custom metadata that's needed can also be added there as well. So now, as I mentioned, you can then search for content based on that category. So users then who are uploading media to eMAM would then organize it in a category, assign the media to a category, and then you're able to then, if you have permissions to do so, able to then log in and see that or make that available for you to search upon and say, like in this case here, like nature video or sailing video. I can click on that. That then becomes available within the extension panel where you can then preview the content and then select the items that you're going to be downloading there as well. So also with that, you're able to then drag and drop that content. Again, first off, you're able to download it first and then be able to then drag and drop that content onto a project or directly onto a timeline as well. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and look at the interface here as well for Final Cut. So you have a login here. Now this is specific login that then describes exactly what you can see and do within the eMAM system. So there are permissions that are set up inside the eMAM system that give you the ability to then access certain type of media and be able to process that media. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. There we go. And so the very first thing that you're going to see is if you're local to it and you have access to that media, you can actually go in, select this little folder icon here and connect directly to that location where that media is located. There are also other options. If the media is located up in the cloud, you would go in and actually connect to, say, Lucid Link, for example, is a great option. Lucid Link gives you the ability to stream the content directly from S3 buckets and then be able to preview it without downloading the media specifically down to your local site here. So if you are local to the system and local to the media, this would automatically be the location where you're connecting to and then being able to access that media that's managed by eMAM, and then be able to, of course, access it directly and then just import it without downloading anything there as well. But as I mentioned, if you are remote, this is a case where you're having to actually then go in and download the content. Now, the very first thing you would do then is go in and look at the content that you're looking for here. Let's say that nature video and maybe that sailing video, and I can go ahead and search for that content. And what it's going to do now is you'll see different pages here that I can actually look at and then see the content. I can actually grab that content, double click on it here, and then preview that content. I can look at the basic metadata that's here. Different tags that may be a part of this, or also this custom metadata that's available as well, and be able to then preview it before I download it. And then in this case here, if I wanted to use this content, I can actually go ahead and hit the download button. It locates it. You'll also notice the icon here with the checkbox. That's content that's already been downloaded, so you don't have to re-download content that's local to your machine in here as well. And once that content is available, you then have the ability to kind of drag it onto a project or right onto a timeline here as well. So that then gives you the ability to kind of go in, directly find the content, drop it right into your production, and then be able to then start finishing your project and so on. You can then at that point from Final Cut be able to then deliver that content or basically transcode that content or that sequence, create a local file, and then upload that media into the eMAM system through the director or eFeeder application. But again, this gives you a complete window inside of that eMAM system. There's different looks where you can go in and actually look at it as a list view and so on, or you go ahead and just look at the individual icons. Okay. So that's about it with the eMAM system. And so what we'll do here is, if there's any questions and so on that you may have, please, contact us through our website, which is emamsolutions.com, and then we can help you out with the download of the extension panel for your Final Cut system, and then be able to then upload that and use that within the your platform, locally platform of Final Cut Pro. So we can give you that access to that media. So again, if you'd like to talk with us, contact us through the emamsolutions.com site, and we'll be happy to help you. Again, thank you very much for the time today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Learn more at emamcloud.com and emamsolutions.com.